So this video is going to be a recording that I did during a Discord community live stream. And in it, I talk about the importance of key zones. So I talk about one, how to take profit using key zones, which is important as a price action trader. And two, how to use them for executions based on reacting to them. So if you enjoy this at any point in time, drop a like, and I hope this helps. So we had this bullish push into the upside. Here's our high, following candles low. The range in between that is your fair value gap. You could also see it on the volume profile here on the 30-minute. Almost perfectly, it's lined up with these levels over here. So what that means is that if on the dollar, my bias is bearish, on the euro, my bias here is going to be bullish. So we can see the trap that unfolded earlier today. This was following the midnight session, Eastern Standard Time. So the price pushed down, swept this previous low. So this would have been Friday's low. So Friday's low was taken out. And then what happened afterwards? Well, this is where we created a higher low. Now here's something very interesting. And this can load. I will show you guys that in just a second. At this hour, as we were creating a higher low on the euro, the dollar was making a higher high. So this is where you have structural divergence, or you could also refer to this as SMT for those of you that are more into the smart money term. But essentially, what this is telling us is that, okay, if one of them is making a higher high, but the other isn't making a lower low, then one of them is likely to fail. And in this case, it's the dollar where it failed, right? Where it created this higher high, and that was a trap before it reversed, whereas the euro created a higher low. We're just waiting for the pullback here. That's pretty much as simple as I can make it. So I want to see the price continue pushing higher, but first I want to see how it reacts to this zone, right? So ideally, I usually like to target the midpoint of any key zone that I have, whether that's a fair value gap, support resistance zone, whatever you want to use. I like to target the midpoint. So in this case, this would be the midpoint. Stop loss would be well past the midpoint. So I would give it at least something like 10 to 15 ticks. That's generally what I like to use on something like the euro, just in case we push a little bit deeper, or just in case it doesn't move like this, as this is very common and prevalent in the markets where you'll see a low. It looks like the price is about to reverse, then it creates a lower low, shakes a bunch of people out. So now breakout traders are looking to jump in to a short. The buyers are out of their position, and then it reverses. So this type of move, whether it's bullish or whether it's bearish, it's very prevalent. It's a common price action trap of where you have a low, then you create a lower low, and then it's a reversal. Or it's a high followed by a higher high, and then it's another reversal. So that's something to watch out for. But whether or not we get something like this or just something like this, I'm just waiting to see how the price reacts to this key zone, right? Because our bias is into the upside. We have our key zone marked out, and we want to wait for our trigger. So if this is rejected, then that's where I would go for a long. And then after that, all you need to do is manage your risk. It's really not that complicated, right? Don't bet the whole account on a single trade. Play it based on probability, play it safe, and of course, play it smart. If the price is pushing into this internal level of liquidity, meaning that we're retracing down into this zone, and my bias is into the upside, well, then I'm expecting higher highs, right? So if these were our previous highs, hasn't tested above these highs yet for today, because today is Monday, well, then one of my targets would be above these highs. So let's say this fair value gap fails, and then the price pushes down into here, rejects this, and then pushes back up into this zone. That could be another long. So there's a number of scenarios that I have in the back of my mind, and we're just playing accordingly to what is presented to us. The last point that I wanted to touch up on is that when it comes to setting your take profits, it's really just a game of seeing how price reacts to each significant key zone that the price taps into. So if you're in a trade and let's say the price pushes up and it taps into the next point of resistance, so let's say we're bullish in this case, you want to see how price reacts to that. If it reacts positively in terms of it pushes past it and rejects it, you could hold on to a position, especially if there's a lot of bullish momentum. But if not, if there's a quick reversal or the momentum flips, well, then you can take profit at that zone, or you could take off a partial position and then go from there. And this is an update a little afterwards so that you guys can see how sometimes you might have a key zone where the price initially rejects it, or it doesn't quite give you what you want, and you just have to flip your bias or scratch that trade and move on to the next one. So in this case, remember we were discussing how the price can pull back into this fair value gap and potentially reject it. Well, initially it did. So if we go on to the 1 minute, we can see it did do that formation that I had drawn out earlier. So that's where it created that low, lower low, followed by that reversal, but it never pushed up and it never took out these highs up over here. And so at that point, you just have to change your bias and move on to the next one. So in this case, as soon as the price pushed up, failed to take out these highs, that's either going to be a break-even setup, or that's simply a setup of where you see that the structure is shifting. Because if we go on to the 5 minute, we can see this large bearish 5 minute candle kick in, followed by another one. And then that's where you can flip to a short, or you simply don't take that trade, right? If I see the price action is changing and it's evolving, that's where I'm looking to either then flip my bias or take a reversal. So quick tip, but I hope it helps nonetheless.